Congratulations on the purchase of your new InSinkErator Instant Hot Water Dispenser, offering near boiling and cool drinking water on demand. We'll show you how to quickly and easily install your new unit. Please read your ICU carefully before installing your hot water dispenser unit. Here are the tools and equipment you may need. Before starting, check to see that you have a grounded electric outlet under your sink and that you can make the cold water connection. It should not be the same outlet used to operate another appliance, such as a food waste disposer that is controlled by a switch. If the only outlet under the sink is used to control the disposer, an InSinkErator sink top switch may be used to avoid electrical changes. The sink top switch conveniently switches power between two electrical outlets, which allows the hot water dispenser and food waste disposer to be connected to the same electrical outlet. Consult your local plumbing supplier for more information or visit www.insinkerator.com. The hot water tank should have power supplied to it at all times. Call a qualified electrician or plumber if you need help with either. Also, before starting, turn off the water supply. Then unpack the dispenser faucet and carefully straighten the copper tubing. Keep in mind that each model contains slightly different components. You'll first mount the dispenser faucet. Make sure the seal is properly seated on the dispenser valve body and that it surrounds the sink mounting hole. Working from under the sink, place the semicircular mounting plate on the threaded stud. Then, tighten the nut sufficiently to keep the faucet from rotating. The next step is to mount the hot water tank. Mount it vertically in a location where the plumbing and electrical connections can be made. Also, allow for drainage from the underside if necessary. Draw a line on the wall to mark the top of the tank. Then position your mounting bracket 1 inch below your mark and drill 2 1/4 inch holes for the wood screws. Secure the tank to the bracket by hanging it. Without depressing the gray button, place the Snap Connect fitting at the end of the blue 1/4 inch tube onto the left plastic fitting on the tank, pushing until it clicks into place. Slip the flexible white 7/16 inch tube over barbed middle fitting and slide down approximately 1/2 inch. Slip the clear 5/16 inch tube over the far right smooth fitting and slide down approximately 1/2 inch. Visually check for pinched or crimped tubes. Next, make the plumbing connections. But first, let's go through some guidelines that should be followed regardless of system. Make sure that when routing the tubing between components, you keep it from interfering with the cabinet storage area. Avoid sharp bends, leave extra lengths for ease of servicing, then make a perpendicular cut at the desired length to ensure a proper seal and insert completely into the Quick Connect fittings. When cutting either plastic or copper tubing, care must be taken to remove all burrs that may harm the Quick Connect fittings. Be sure to insert tubing completely into the Quick Connect fittings. To remove, depress the release ring and gently pull out the tubing. When installing the F201 filtration system, completely insert the 3/8 inch polyethylene tubing into the inlet side of the filter head, and do the same with a similar length of tubing into the outlet side of the filter head. If you're installing the filtration system, you will now insert the outlet tubing into the Quick Connect union fitting, and then insert the dispenser faucet copper tube marked with white tape into the Quick Connect union fitting. If you're installing the filtration system, insert the tubing from the outlet side of the filter head into the Quick Connect Y fitting. Then insert both dispenser faucet copper tubes, one white taped, one untaped, into the Y fitting. Slide the brass nut and ferrule provided with the control valve over the tube. Insert the tube into the compression fitting and tighten. Without plugging the unit into the electrical outlet, turn on the cold water supply. Then turn the hot faucet handle on. The tank will fill up and cold water will come out of the faucet. Run the faucet for 3 minutes to flush the system, making sure all connections are watertight. Now you can plug in the tank. It will take 10 to 15 minutes for the water to reach its target temperature. You may experience some water dripping from the faucet during the first heating cycle. This is normal. Simply turn on the hot water for 15 seconds and allow to reheat. You're ready to go with near boiling hot water at your command. After 24 hours of operation, you may want to adjust the temperature of your hot water. The thermostat is preset at the factory at approximately 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Care must be taken not to allow the water to boil. If this happens, you will experience steam and water dripping from the faucet, and extended boiling may harm the unit. Simply adjust the temperature by 1/2 dial mark increments clockwise to increase the temperature and counterclockwise to decrease the temperature.